Isaiah 29. Ariel is as good as dead. Ariel, the town David besieged. Keep observing your annual rituals. Celebrate your festivals on schedule. I will threaten Ariel, and she will mourn intensely and become like an altar hearth before me. I will lay siege to you on all sides. I will besiege you with troops. I will raise siege works against you. You will fall. While lying on the ground, you will speak. From the dust where you lie, your words will be heard. Your voice will sound like a spirit speaking from the underworld. From the dust, you will chirp as if muttering an incantation. But the horde of invaders will be like fine dust. The horde of tyrants like chaff is blown away. It will happen suddenly, in a flash. Judgment will come from the Lord of heaven's armies, accompanied by thunder, earthquake, and a loud noise. By a strong gale, a windstorm, and a consuming flame of fire. It will be like a dream, a night vision. There will be a horde from all the nations that fight against Ariel. Those who attack her and her stronghold and besiege her, it will be like a hungry man dreaming that he is eating, only to awake and find that his stomach is empty. It will be like a thirsty man dreaming that he is drinking, only to awake and find that he is still weak and his thirst unquenched. So it will be that the horde from all nations will fight against Mount Zion. You will be shocked and amazed. You are totally blind. They are drunk, but not because of wine. They stagger, but not because of beer. For the Lord has poured out on you a strong urge to sleep deeply. He has shut your eyes, you prophets, and covered your heads, you seers. To you, the entire prophetic revelation is like words in sealed scroll. When they hand it to you, one who can read and say, "Read this," he responds, "I can't because it is sealed." Or when they hand the scroll to one who can read and say, "Read this," he says, "I can't read." The Lord says, these people say they are loyal to me. They say wonderful things about me, but they are not really loyal to me. Their worship consists of nothing but man-made rituals. Therefore, I will again do an amazing thing for these people, an absolutely extraordinary deed. Wise men will have nothing to say. The sages will have no explanation. Those who try to hide their plans from the Lord are as good as dead, who do their work in secret and boast. Who sees us? Who knows what we're doing? Your thinking is perverse. Should the potter be regarded as clay? Should the thing made say about its maker, "He didn't make me"? Or should the pottery say to the potter, "He doesn't understand"? In just a very short time, Lebanon will turn into an orchard, and the orchard will be considered a forest. At that time, the deaf will be able to hear words read from a scroll, and the eyes of the blind will be able to see through deep darkness. The downtrodden will again rejoice in the Lord. The poor among humankind will take delight in the Holy One of Israel. For tyrants will disappear, those who taunt will vanish, and all those who love to do wrong will be eliminated. Those who bear false testimony against a person, who entrap the one who arbitrates at the city gates, and deprive the innocent of justice by making false charges. So this is what the Lord, the one who delivered Abraham, has said to the families of Jacob. Jacob will no longer be ashamed. Their faces will no longer show their embarrassment. For when they see their children, whom I will produce among them, they will honor my name. They will honor the Holy One of Jacob. They will respect the God of Israel. Those who stray morally will gain understanding. Those who complain will acquire insight. And I see ad break started there right before I finished the last couple of verses. So Ariel is as good as dead. Who is Ariel? Is this the Little Mermaid? Is the mermaid as good as dead? We're going to go look that up. So let's see. You know what? I want to listen to. I think I have the pronunciation right.
Strong's H740. Ariel.
Ariel is the lion or the lioness of God. So Ariel is the lioness of God. Got to roll the R. Ariel. Yes. Yeah, I'm not the best with rolling my R's. So, okay. So don't think this is meant as an actual place, but Judah is supposed to be a lion, and the king is of the tribe of Judah. So saying Ariel here, the meaning of the name Ariel is uncertain. I'm looking at the footnote now. The name may mean altar hearth, or it's a compound lion of God. The name is used as a title for Mount Zion. So it could be the altar hearth or the lion of God. Yeah, like El would be God, so lion would make sense to me. Anyway, if it is the lion of God, it's Judah. It's a representative of Judah, Mount Zion, the place where it is, the place where the king dwells, the place where God dwells. So an altar hearth where the temple is. So in any way, we know what it's referring to, even if we don't know exactly what it means. Ariel, the town David besieged. David is the one. It's the town of David. David made his camp there. David took over this place and made it the place for connecting to God. Keep observing your annual rituals. Celebrate your feast on schedule. So anyone who doesn't believe that there is sarcasm in the Bible, sorry, this is straight up sarcasm. This is saying, yeah, go ahead, do that. Go ahead. It doesn't matter. You're doing it with the wrong motives. God doesn't want it, okay? So, yes, I'll keep doing that. Oh, yeah, that's a good plan. Not. Because your heart's in the wrong place. I will threaten Ariel, and she will mourn intensely. So the fact that this is feminine would be why it'd be lioness of God, and the city or a nation is often referred to in the feminine form, so that would make sense to me. And became the altar hearth before me. Okay, what do we have here in this? Is it became an Ariel before me? The term Ariel is the word translated altar hearth here. The point of the simile is not ultimately entirely clear. Perhaps the image likens Jerusalem's coming crisis to a sacrificial fire. Okay, so earlier it has Ariel, and now here it has Ariel. So that totally makes sense to me, because Hebrew loves to do wordplay. Words that sound alike, words that are spelled similarly. So the Lion of God is now going to be likened to an altar hearth. You know, there could be a couple of ways you could go with this. That, what do you do? Why are you sitting at the altar hearth? Because the lion has been killed. You're sitting there after the hunt. So if the hunt is over, I will threaten Ariel, and she'll mourn intensely and become like an altar hearth. Okay, but she's mourning intensely. So where do you go when you get you're licking your wounds from being strong and mighty? You're going by the hearth. And here it's the altar hearth. You're sacrificing to your God. You're going to, I don't know. I'm just trying to pull out some of the imagery there. You had to make a new temp account in Discord. So see Hobo Bob join with the Bread Viking in a green sweater as the photo. It took several months break from all internet's social stuff, so missed some awesome friends. So you took a break and then you got hacked. Dude, that's not good. That's not good. Glad you are back and hope you get that all back under your... I will lay siege to you on all sides. I will besiege you with troops. I will raise siege works against you. You will fall. I just love that. I'm going to do this, and you know what's going to happen? You're going to fall. You're going to lie on the ground. You will speak from the dust where you lie. Your words will be heard like the voice of a spirit speaking from the underworld. from the dust. You will chirp as if muttering incantations. So you're going to be chirping. It's just going to be muttering like incantations. You're just muttering the words. And I don't know if you ever seen this in movies, like when someone is in shock, they just will like repeat the words again, like the big monster. Like this is what I'm picturing here. This is chirping and just terrified. I don't know what you're picturing. That's what I'm picturing here. And you're lying in the dirt, and you're blowing the dirt out. We're gonna die. We're gonna die. So, and not making fun of anybody that stutters. That is how people often, when they're terrified, will go into. So, just making sure no one thinks I'm poking fun of. I'm playing people that are terrified, not people with stuttering problems. But the horde of invaders will be like fine dust. The horde of tyrants like chaff. The wind that is blown in the wind. Why is it talking about invaders like fine dust and like chaff, the tyrants, the horde of tyrants? Because it will happen suddenly in a flash. It's going to come and you can't stop it. Like try to stop wind and dust that's blowing at you. You can't stop it. It's coming from everywhere. It's annoying as all get out. It gets into everywhere. You cannot stop it. I've been in some dust storms in the desert, not the big ones, but just a dust storm, a normal type of dust storm, not any of those with special names. And it blows in everywhere. In fact, the one time we were building houses, a couple of people, because of the continuous dust that was blowing everywhere, went to the Walmart across the border, bought swimming goggles so they could put on their eyes and protect their eyes from the dust that kept blowing in. I was unable to do that as I wear glasses, and it did not work to put goggles underneath glasses. But anyway, so it's going to happen suddenly. It's going to happen in a flash. The judgment of the Lord of Heaven's armies is going to be like thunder, like an earthquake, like a loud noise, like a gale, like a strong wind, like a consuming fire. Like, let's just metaphor on top of metaphor on top of metaphor. Pick your poison. It's coming. It's going to be sudden, and you're going to be terrified, and you can't do anything about it. It's going to be like a dream, a night vision, and there will be a horde, and all the nations will fight against Ariel. Those who attack her will be a stronghold and besiege her. It will be like a hungry man dreaming that he is eating, only to wake and find his stomach empty. It will be like a thirsty man dreaming that he is drinking, only to awake and find his thirst unquenched. I love that imagery. Like, have you ever had those dreams, and then you wake up, and it's not true, and it was something that was, like, it just, like, set your body off because you were thinking you were getting or doing something, and now you're not? Oh, it's so horrible. So horrible to have those dreams. So it would be the horde from all nations to fight against Mount Zion. You will be shocked and amazed. You are totally blind. They are drunk not because of wine. They stagger not because of beer. For the Lord has poured out on you a strong urge to sleep deeply. He shuts your eyes, you prophets, and covered your heads, you seers. So now the people who warn you with all of the pleasantries that you like to hear, the people that warn you are not going to be able to say or do anything to warn you about what God is up to, because God's actually the one up to it. So they're going to have their eyes shut. They're going to have their ears. There's like going to be nothing coming from the seers. To this entire prophetic revelation is like words in a sealed scroll. You'll hand it to one who can read, and he'll say, I can't open it, it's sealed. You'll hand it to someone else, and they'll say, I can't read. Like, doesn't matter who you give it to, they're not going to understand the words that I'm saying to you, so you're not going to be warned. Isn't this the warning right here? Yes, but you're not going to be warned when it's happening. There'll be nobody alerting you. There'll be nobody speaking against it. These words are going to be sealed up and revealed afterwards. The Lord said, these people say to me, they're loyal. They say wonderful things, but they are not really loyal to me. Their worship consists of nothing but man-made rituals. Therefore, I will again do an amazing thing against these people, an absolutely extraordinary deed. Okay, I want to see what we have here on the footnote for rituals. Their fear of me is a commandment of men that has been taught. Okay, so it's the man-made teachings. Here they're translating as ritual because it's connected with worship. So it's the things that are taught. So, like, think about whatever your church does, and I'm not going to pick on anyone's church, but if you go to your church service and you go, what we do is we have a welcome and announcements, and then we have a prayer, and then we have a song, and then we have a prayer, and then we have two songs, and then we have a message, and then we have a song, and then we have a prayer, and then we leave. Like, you would be, if you were teaching that this is the order and everything must happen in this order, and it's like, no, you can't switch. And I noticed I didn't put an offering in there because it doesn't matter where you put that. That wasn't my point. My point is, if you say, well, we must have 3 songs, that is the correct thing. 3 songs is then, or 4 songs at most. That's what we have. And we must have 3 prayers. Prayers must be ones that include a prayer for a welcoming, and we must have a prayer over the message, and we must have a prayer for people in need. Like, if you start teaching those things and going in that direction, then that's what we're talking about here. It becomes the process and not about where your heart is. Yeah, I left offering out of the order there because you can put it wherever you want, frankly. You can put it wherever you want. I was trying to get at the other components, like, that go into it. So you're teaching the ways that you have to do these things, and you get upset when something is out of order. You get upset when we don't sing through the final verse. You know, like 1, 2, skip a few and sing the final verse. I mean, I know some places that's what it is. You sing the first, the second, and the last. Or you sing the first, the second, and the third. You know, it doesn't matter how many verses there are. You know, like, you get into these routines and rituals. And he's like, not having it. I will do an amazing thing. Wise men will have nothing to say. The sages will have no explanation. Those who try to hide their plans from the Lord are as good as dead. So I'm going to do an amazing thing. You can't hide your secrets. Why do people think this? Like, I can do it. No, but God can't see what I'm doing. I think I understand you want to do it, and you want to do it, and you want to get away with it, and all of those things. Those make sense. But to think that God can't see, but the fact that you think you can get away with it is a proof that you think God can't see in some estimates, right? And then I love the imagery here. This is how bizarre the people are acting. Should the potter be regarded as clay? No, the potter is the one who has authority over the clay. It's not more clay. You can't treat it as clay. Should the thing made say to its maker, he didn't make me? Yeah, that's what a lot of the idol worship is I'm doing what I want. God didn't make me. I don't need to be loyal to God. Yeah, that's not good. That's not good, friends. In just a very short time, Lebanon will turn into an orchard. An orchard will be considered a forest. At that time, the deaf will be able to hear words read from a scroll. The eyes of the blind will be able to see through deep darkness. The downtrodden will again rejoice in the Lord. So not you who've been the oppressors, not you who have been the false prophets, but the people that you have stepped on, the poor, and in this case, those who are being oppressed are the deaf, the blind, and the downtrodden. So, and then the poor. The poor among humankind will take delight in the Holy One of Israel. The tyrants will disappear. Those who taunt will vanish. And all those who love to do wrong will be eliminated. Those who bear false testimony against a person, who entrap the one who arbitrates at the city gates and deprives the innocents of justice by making false charges. All of those who are doing oppressive things, they're going to be wiped out. They're going to be wiped out. Don't you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? Yes. For when they see their children whom I produce among them, they will honor my name. They will honor the Holy One of Jacob. So those who have been oppressed are going to have children. They're not going to be ashamed. They're not going to be embarrassed. The oppressed are going to praise God's name because God has been with them and is the one who delivers them. And those who stray are going to gain understanding. Those who complain will acquire insight. So there is going to be a return to God at some point, but it's not yet. It's not yet.